So let's get start demo first. So this is same series of generic repository with united work web API with 8 version 8, and here we'll implement all the endpoint with this IMapper. Actually, we have using conversion. So whatever DTO we are passing from UI, that you have to convert it with IMapper. So that we'll implement in this session. So let me see how is execution. Like for example, if I try to get insert, so whatever DTO, so this is a DTO, and in this DTO I just pass in here, like for example new name, and in this new name, and just pass two variable as well, like for 6000. And once I execute, so whatever DTO I be using, it is a view model, right? So in this view model we have to convert to our entity, and that entity to contact with our repository. So execute, it should be created. Now it's created. Let me get from here. Once you try out get, you will get the data. So yeah, we are using pagination, so it will not get this first record. So you just pass to second page, or just increase that page size around this 50 and execute. Now I should able to see that data. So yeah, this is the data which is I just created. So everything we just converted over in this session. Whatever entity, either that view model to view model we are passing, so we have to convert to entity, and entity we have whatever entity get, that retrieve back to our view model. So for all the endpoint, so let's get start for implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend, if you're not aware this, generic repository, unit of work, and API with .NET 8, so especially recommend to you, please watch those section which is I just newly created for this, .NET 8 with .NET 8. So yeah, and now just start implementation. So this is same example which is I shared in my GitHub repository. So this is that web API repository. Now what you need to do first for IMapper things. So first you have just install what NuGet package, that is called is mapper, AutoMapper. So just search AutoMapper, and this is first one, and also check it is MIT license, and install whatever latest version you can choose it. Apply. Now done, it is installing done. Now what need to do, the next steps to, we have to configure in your solution. In this API solution you have that program.cs file. Inside this program.cs file you have to map here something. So what I need to do over here, first you have to just create that variable of that configuration. So where just use a mapper configuration. So map mapper configuration, for example this, and then what you need to do, just create a mapper configuration, and you have to bring back the namespace as well. So let me bring that, and this is that coming from your AutoMapper. So this one, so if it is not allowed to here, so then you have to import that AutoMapper here. And then finally you have to use the lambda function. So what is the lambda function about here, I just passed over here, and then finally you have to call your class, which is where we have to map. So let me add profile, and inside this add profile I have to pass our whatever profiler which we have to create it. Okay, so first we have to create one profile as well. So let me call it to, as of now, whatever name, like type of, and then pass it to your profiler name. As of now we don't have this profiler, but yeah, I'll create just just now. So that is done. So this is done for this. First you just create a mapper configuration, and inside you have to call your mapper class, okay, which will create it. Okay, so just you have to do this, and then finally terminate this with the terminal, and then what you need to do, just call to where mapper, and then finally call this mapper configuration, whatever this mapper configuration, call it over here, and then dot create mapper, and then terminate this terminal. And then finally you have to specify which service actually you're trying to use. So basically it should be add singleton. So what you need to do, builder dot services and dot add singleton, and then mapper, whatever mapper we have just created, right? So yeah, just pass it over here. That's it. So this configuration you have to required to use imapper, AutoMapper actually. So now I need to create this class as well. So you can just create a one folder, just call it to profiler, profiler, profile, whatever, up to you. You can just put over here and just copy this name and just create a class. Create that class, call it to whatever name you specify over there inside our configuration. You can pass it over here, add this, and then what you have to do over here, you have to do just inherit that profiler. So let me call that profiler, this profiler, okay, this one, AutoMapper one. So just add it over here. Once you add it over here, it will show you as like that, okay. And then okay, it's complaining might be I just creating same name, so that's why just let change the name, the folder name, rename to mapper profiler, and change it over here, mapper profiler. Yeah, so that's why it's complaining. Actually we have specified same folder name, so it is just confusing. So make sure whatever profiler you have to injecting, so that should not same name of this folder name. Okay, now one is done. Now you can just over here, you can just inside this constructor, what you can do, you just have to create the constructor first. So let me create a constructor, ctur, it is shortcut. And then inside here what you can do, you just create map, and in this map you can just specify what is your destination and what is your. So for example I just showing here, I just specify entity, and then other entity type our DTO. So this is our DTO, okay. And then finally close. Let me change it to this, automatically it is populating. So this, and then so this is a just for the example we have to mapping like that, okay. But don't worry about that, everything will map, all the endpoint like get, post, delete, everything whatever we have in here controller, in this controller product with the generic controller. So let me first do that post endpoint. So this is our post endpoint. Now you will able to see what I'm trying to do. I just get a DTO. This is our DTO view model, right? And this view model, what I'm trying to do, especially I just created this entity. This is the entity class which is coming from our DB context actually. So this entity I'm just creating instance, and then we have to pass, for example, as of now 3 properties. So it is very easily we can map, right? And also there is a no complexity, so that's why it's very easy. But think about that over here, why we do need that mapper, why it's very now flexibility give us that mapper. So for example I have a entity which is containing n number of relationship. Like suppose that product has a order has a another relationship, right? So that's why that helps that mapper actually come in this picture and helps to that map whatever DTO just passes to DTO, and assigning to the, you have to just map whatever we just created. So you have just map and just assign. That's simple. No, nothing we have to do manually, like okay, we have this product and inside is another relationship map, relationship table, and then we have to iterate the for each loop and then again mapping one by one every field. So this is a very hectic thing, so that's why mapper comes in our picture and easily to be map whatever DTO to entity and entity to DTO. So I'll just comment in this section and I'll show you how we can do easily. So whatever your controller and where you want, okay, so you can just inject that IMapper uh, interface. So let me construct that IMapper. First you have just IMapper. So this is IMapper which is coming from AutoMapper, and just add the namespace as well as just add it over here. I guess somewhere it's showing, okay, it's why it's AutoMapper showing is I1, I don't know, but yeah, uh, it should be show automatically, it's only mapper whatever variable name. So let inject over here in the constructor. Also what you need to do, just you know inject this inside this constructor, so that you can just use this mapper, initialize the mapper and then you can use it. So this is, I just created read only property and just assigned to over here, and then now I can able to use that mapper. So go to your post endpoint, and now what you have to do, just mapper dot map, and then just use this generic method, and then here you specify, see auto populated, it's auto intelligence showing us like whatever your entity, like suppose I need to map with this entity and with this DTO, so it is populating automatically. So you have to pass your entity, this is the entity and this is the DTO. So based on this, if it is common property, for example I have a DTO which is contain this product name and the entity also has a product name, so there is a no issue, then automatically will map whatever data over here, they will map automatically. But I'll show you in upcoming session as well that complex object with this different name. Suppose I have a DTO which is name is like for example product uh, underscore name or something is a little bit different, and then our DTO has a different name, right? So those also I will show you how we can map it. So as of now this is a first session, so we can easily digest, so that I'll just show you like how we can map, just simple and straightforward things. So it is very simple. Now I can just store it over here where product entity, and then see, now it's changed to your DTO2, this entity one, and you can just use this to your here, whatever your repository expect this your product entity model, so you can just pass it over here. That's it. See, this is very simple, right? Suppose n number of property you have, like 50 or 100 whatever property, so you can specify one by one, and it is very hectic thing. So you can just remove this very easily, it's just converted it into one line. That's it. And one more things you have to just map over here, like see, whatever you're trying to do, you just map your product request to your product entity, right? So you have to go whatever you just created classes your mapper, here you just map. So let me map now, create map, and then whatever our entity is product, so let me call it to product, and then product map with our destination is for example our product request. Let me copy that one from here directly instead of writing. So let me pass this over here, and now you can just bracket close. And then also there is a one more options actually. So want you dot, there's a many options, but I will tell you this option. reverse map. So what is actually reverse map? So whatever this source and destination, so it will map the source to destination. But if I want to reverse back also, like product request to entity, like DTO to entity as well, so that time I can use this reverse map, and here I can specify, that's it. So both way I can use it, like this way, this to this way, and this to this way as well. So this is done. And now let me run and let me debug as well. I'll show you after converting how is that data, and run it. There's some error, let me fix that. IMapper profiler, it's okay. So I need to bring that namespace. My namespace would be, okay, let me copy again our, that class name and just pass over here. So directly once the .NET 8 and Visual Studio 22 actually the nice flexibility give us, like if you just whatever class you just use, just copy paste, automatically bring the namespace automatically. You have to worry about that. So now this is the namespace. Now let me build and run. Now this is one product with generic repository controller. So here I just implement this guy and just try out and just pass it to whatever name you want. Just add as a new product with IMapper, and then price would be something 6,000 and whatever. Okay, just execute. You will get this here. Now you just see the your DTO getting this data 600 and also product name. Now I will just convert to with IMapper here. Once I convert, you will get this. See, the entity name also change. You will see over here entity name is changed like product, and that product also with all the mapping field with this. If it is same name, you will get it, and if it is different, so that I'll tell you in upcoming session. But yeah, it is just for understanding purpose. Now I'm getting all the data. Now I can easily pass to our repository, which is expect the entity, and insert it. If you get this data, product try to get execute, you will have to get this data, whatever latest data we have entered. So this is that latest data product with this mapper. So this is done for post. Rest of things also will implement, like get by ID, port, delete, everything will implement in this session. So let's move to next one. Now we will change for that put call. So let me see whatever request. Okay, so same request we are getting from here, and finally we are fetching here, and then finally we are converting here. So instead of this, we'll just whatever entity we will just map over here. So how we can do that? It's very simple. Again, mapper dot map, and then whatever entity we have to just return back, it's product. So let me product entity, and what is our request is this. So let me change to here. This is a one way actually we can do that if we creating a something like that over here. But yeah, there's another way actually. For the put call we will use directly whatever entity, because this entity we directly pass, right? So we are not creating again another instance and then we have to assign over there. So what we can do, this is the one way, but here that we can get the hold the another, just create a variable and then we can pass it. But ideally if you want to same instance, you want to editing, you want to assign. So what I can do, simply mapper dot map extension method, and then it is source and destination. So source would be your this is my source, and our destination would be here product entity. So just pass it to over here, just save it and try to update. So let me try to update to, and also pass that name. Product name is a update with AutoMapper. Name is 6000, and then execute. Whatever data I'm getting this. And now let's me try to change and see updated data is up. Yeah, now see updated is there. Whatever price I updated, that change, and to our product name as well. And now finally execute, and now it is getting some error. Product ID is part of this. Okay, so I am not passing the product ID, that's why it's complaining. So what I need to do, I need to pass product ID as well. So just pass product to, and then execute. Go to here and go continue F10 F10. Now this time I hope, yeah, this time it should work too with this, and then execute. Now let me check whatever we have updated, that is properly updated or not. Yeah, see, it is proper updated. Let's move it to next then. Delete one also. So but delete one we have to nothing, so I am not doing anything, because just we have to pass the whatever entity we getting from here, and then delete the same thing. So we have not trying to do any mapping, but let's see other one, what is the remaining part is pending. Yeah, that get one also. So get call, we are returning this entity, right? So we have not returning entity, we have to return our DTO. So let me change it to here as well. Simply, how we can do that, it's very simple. Underscore map, and then dot map, and then pass it to your whatever conversion. So conversion I want to here, like this time actually the reverse mapping. So I now I'm mapping to DTO to entity to DTO. So product request, this is my DTO, and then what is my entity, this is my entity, pass it to over here, and then and finally store some variable like product DTO, and change it to this. Save, and let me check this one for get yd. So get yd, looking for get yd. So this is the get yd, and try to get to, also need to put debugger point. Just execute. I'm getting here. Now finally I get the records of that entity format, and then it will change to this, to our uh, product request. So now you will get, see, now you will get this changes entity. So continue. Now you will get the data as well. Now final endpoint is remaining, that is called that product of list. So here what I can do, whatever product list I'm getting, just convert to our DTO. It's very simple. Again, it's similar to this, so I'm just copy paste from here, copy, and then paste it to over here. One thing I need to do over here, just pass it to product to products, and here I just need to pass list, because this time I need to pass, I'm getting the list of object. So that's why I need to pass list of object. You nothing do, you have to just whatever you have done, just it's fine, nothing you have to do additional things. So let me try uh, get get call with pagination. Try execute. I am not putting any debugger, so let me put the debugger point. Execute. Now I'm getting over here. Execute. Now finally I'm get the entity, 6 entity over there. It is a product. Then finally once I change it, so it will change to product request, right? So that is fine, it is expected. Now return back to here. Yeah, finally I'm getting the result as well. So this is the way actually we can just convert IMapper easily instead of iterating through a loop and then assign the value. It is a very simple way and very straightforward also. And later on actually we'll learn more about that IMapper. Actually this is a normal DTO, so that's why it's very simple. But yeah, and later on we'll use getting the DTO from enum as well as date. Also we'll cover that if it is the not a same name, so how we can do that. Okay, also we'll cover that entity with the the that relationship table as well. So that we'll do in our upcoming session. Till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share.